What's up, guys? It's Driftsnlifts here. All right, so today's episode, we're gonna have some fun. We are at Stratotech Raceway in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So we actually drove 11 or 12 hours to get to this racetrack. Unfortunately today, I am not gonna be drifting one of my own cars. As you guys know, I'm still in the middle of building the Blue Wagon. I'm almost complete that car, but it needs a couple more things tied up until we can actually get her going. So I just came along for the ride today, but I have a bunch of good friends in their Volvos that are gonna be drifting today, and we're gonna go for some ride-alongs and get some really cool footage of that. So figured to start out this video, I'm gonna walk around the pits and check out some of the Volvos and maybe a couple other cars. First, I'll start out with my good friend Dawson here. So this is Dawson Goody, and this is his 1983 Volvo 760. And it's got a 5-liter Ford engine in it, so 5-liter V8. It's makes some pretty good power. I think it's got like an updated camshaft in it, some headers and stuff. So it's pretty mild, but it probably makes around 250 to 300 horse around there. He's got it pretty set up nicely. It's got a hydro e-brake in it, energy seat, you know, the pretty budget kind of typical setup that we usually run on our cars. He's running a T5 transmission. Yeah. Pretty cool car. This thing's really cool, and honestly, you guys never see 83 model 760s. This is a really rare car because it was the first model of the 7 Series Volvos. So this car would have came with a V6 from the factory, I believe, but yeah, this car has now got a V8 in it. So I'm pretty stoked to see Dawson rip this thing. I've been watching some videos of him on Instagram and stuff. Check out his Instagram tag right here if you guys want to check it out. He always posts a lot of videos of this car, so let's go check out some other Volvos. This is my good friend Cody Ross. This is his Volvo here. So but the basic rundown of this car is it is a 4.8 liter LS motor. You can see the Vortex sticking through the hood there. In a 740. It's got all the typical drift stuff, coilovers, angle mods. Cody actually made some custom custom lower control arms for this car. And you guys will notice under there, I'm probably gonna get some comments how this is completely different. Cody actually swapped the knuckles left to right, and he says it works really well. Maybe we'll get him to go into it a little bit later on in the video, but yeah, it's kind of like a one-off sort of setup that he's got here. It's a little bit different than all of these other cars. So we take a look in the interior. Cody actually had to put a stock seat in this car due to the restrictions at this track. I guess something to do with harness bars and cages and stuff. But it's got an automatic transmission, so a factory like truck transmission, a 4L60 I want to say. It's got a hydro e-brake, dual caliper setup, Nardi steering wheel. The motor makes pretty good power. It has like some sort of camshaft in it, so it's not just bone stock. I think it made like 270 to the wheel on this engine, so it goes really good in a 740. That's all you really need. So there you guys go. That's the 4.8 liter. But yeah, really cool car. Cody is a great driver, and actually Cody's one of the guys I looked up to back when I started drifting. Cody's been into drifting a lot longer than I have. All right, so this is my good friend Jake here. And this is his Volvo. And it doesn't have a Volvo motor, it's got a BMW motor. If you guys saw one of my last videos, we did kind of a build breakdown on this car. Go check that out, but the basics of it, M50 BMW motor with the turbo, makes about 400 horsepower to the tire. It's got the angle mods and all the cool stuff. This thing's come a long ways, and actually I sold this car to Jake for like 100 bucks, and he's done some really cool stuff with it, so pretty stoked on it. He even has the Volvo mud flaps. But who knows if it's going to look the same after this event? We'll see. We'll see when we get there. We got my good friend Eric's Volvo, so this is probably the shittiest one out of all of them, but still a good unit. It's got a red block in it. It's got a 19 or a 15G 16T turbo, something like that. Pretty stock. It's got a cam in it, a little bit more boost, angle mods. Pretty basic setup. Take a little look in here.
Are you ready to go, dude?
It's got an M46 transmission, stock e-brake, got a half cage in it. Pretty good car. I've seen Eric drive this thing, and it actually does really well. So anyways, guys, we're actually gonna hop in some cars and go for a couple laps now. So see how she goes. so today has been pretty darn fun so far. Jake's car, we just went for a rip in it. It absolutely rips. Super sick car. I can't believe it. This thing's awesome. So we had the GoPro on Cody's Volvo here. He was following Jake for a little bit. I've just been chilling out, having a blast, riding along in friends' cars and stuff. So probably not going to do like too much vlogging today. You know, if anything interesting happens, we'll kind of cover it. But yeah, I'm just gonna hop in friends' cars and enjoy the day pretty much. So we got 2 days of this, today and tomorrow. Today goes all the way till 8 o'clock, so lots of time. And yeah, little interesting thing about Jake's car, it actually is overheating pretty easily. We're thinking that this E-fan's not so great, but taking the hood off helped a little bit, as it usually does. But yeah, I think the BMW motors will tend to get a little bit hot, but it's really hot out. It's about 36 degrees Celsius outside right now, so definitely not a cold day for drifting. But yeah, this car's really good so far and it feels awesome. All right guys, so Dawson's gonna take me for a couple laps in the 760. As you just could see there, he didn't have any power steering, doesn't have any power steering. So yeah, we're just getting the day going because Eric crashed his car pretty bad. He bent the axle, and everyone's just kind of getting used to the track, kind of working out the bugs, and I think we're kind of figuring it out now. So should be ready to have some fun.
Yeah, it's really ripped up.
Yeah. All right guys, so unfortunately the GoPro died when I was at the event there, so I couldn't complete the video. I'm just in my garage now finishing it off, kind of do a little recap of what happened. Super fun event. Unfortunately I didn't get to drive in it, but I have some cars that are almost done that we're going to be doing some good drifts in soon. But yeah, tons of fun. I really want to hit that event up next year. They do one of those events every single year. It is a very far distance from my house. It's about a 11-12 hour drive, but it's worth it because it's a 2-day event and we get like a ton of driving time. So before I end the video guys, just do a little bit of a update on the channel, I guess. Actually I just picked up this green turbo manual 740 a couple weeks ago. Pretty sweet. It's got a M46 in it. It's actually been swapped by my friend Jake. He did this for our friend Cadence, and actually I bought the car off Cadence. So it's a really cool car. It had a blown head gasket and it needed a bunch of work, so I've slowly been kind of picking away at that. Got the head gasket done, runs good now. Maybe selling this car. If you're interested in it, you know, let me know. I might be interested in selling it to you. So the Blue Wagon build is actually almost done. We got about a couple weeks left. All we have to do is wire it up and put it on the dyno and get it retuned. We're gonna shoot for a little bit more horsepower this time. Last time we hit about 437 and 456 foot-pounds of torque. This time we put a 4-bar fuel pressure regulator in it, as well as Yoshi Fab head studs. Shout out to Yoshi Fab, get me all sorted with those. So we're hoping to crack the 450 wheel horsepower mark. Hopefully everything holds together, and that car should be quite the weapon. I'm going to be doing a build breakdown of it pretty soon here, so you guys can see the whole build. It's got a bunch of trick new things done to it that the panel wagon didn't have, including actually a Fisch Racing Tech hydraulic e-brake. So Fisch hooked me up with one of those. If you guys don't know about Fisch Racing Tech, it's actually a local company to me. They make CDO9 adapter bell housings for a bunch of different engines, JZs, LSs, rotaries. I think they're making one for a Honda K24 now. But really, really high quality stuff that this company makes. And I was in the market for an ebrake. And I looked at a bunch of different brands and that kind of thing, and looking at some of my friends that had hydraulic e-brakes, a lot of the pre-made, you know, Chase Bays, this and that, the e-brake gets really sloppy and, you know, the handle gets kind of wonky. That is not the case with the Fisch Racing Tech e-brakes. I actually don't have it with me in the garage here, so I'll be showing you guys that next video. But the thing is super high quality. It's got really nice bracing, so there's no play or slop in the, you know, in the handle there. So yeah, I'm really stoked to install that in the Blue Wagon and finally have a proper hydro e-brake in a Volvo. So that's gonna be really fun. And you know, the weather's kind of calming down these days. We are, it's cooling down a little bit. So we're heading into winter. So out of the drift season, but into turbo season, where we make a lot more power from our turbo cars. So yeah, that's pretty much it to come for the channel, guys. So just stay tuned and, you know, we're gonna have some fun. Like and subscribe for Volvo pastries. Peace out.